Alright, welcome. I am about to run the Cayo Perico Heist. I've been making a ton of money off of this, and I just figured I'd do a tutorial because I feel like I've got it down to a pretty well-oiled mission. In about an hour and a half or 2 hours, you can come away with about 1.5 million. I am starting here at 8:58. We're going to run through this. If I can remember where everything is in the interaction menu, because there's so many things these days. We're just going to call in the submarine. I'm at my yacht. There it is. I found that it's kind of helpful to drive the submarine over to the yacht so that I can land stuff and just make these preps go faster. But for now, let's get in there and get started. As you may have noticed, I'm wearing the scuba suit. It's like $300,000 at one of the stores, I think, clothes stores. I definitely recommend it. First, I didn't think it was a good purchase, but it's good. Alright, setting it up. $25,000 to set up. Not too bad. Here we are. First thing, the only thing you can do when you start it is gather intel. That's where you fly a plane there. Alright, before I fire up this finale, I figured I'd just walk through what we've accomplished so far, because you can't read all of this in the beginning, you can only read it all in the end. So I'm going to show it once through from the beginning. So when it says gather intel, we gathered intel by flying the plane to the island, got the communications tower hacked, and looked at the CCTV, found the primary target and some secondary targets. We don't have to search for all the secondary targets, and we don't have to search for any infiltration points or escape points, because those have already been found in previous heists, and it remembers those. So everything else we just ignore. We only use the intel for primary and secondary targets. Prep, when we do the approach vehicles, we want to do the submarine so that we can go into the drainage tunnel. For equipment, we don't need demolition charges because we can use the cutting torch that we get for the drainage tunnel to do the same thing that demolition charges do. Safe code is for the bearer bonds, otherwise it'll be the, I forget the name of it, but it's the thing that cuts the bulletproof glass. And then the fingerprint cloner so that we can use the elevator in the compound. So we need these bottom three for our finale solo. Weapon loadout, we went with aggressor, and we're going to go ahead and apply some suppressors onto our aggressor weapon loadout. So now we are ready for the finale. Gathering intel. This is just kind of a long flight type thing. I don't know why Rockstar did this, but you always have to go super high up on the map and then fly this slow plane all the way back. So that's what we're going to do right after I move the yacht over, or the sub over by the yacht. I probably should have taken a boat to my sub instead of the helicopter, because now the helicopter's gone, but more things to iron out in multiple runs of this heist. I've done it probably 5 times now. Solo, that is. Multiple more times non-solo. Solo is definitely the moneymaker, though. Also, if you didn't know about the jet skis, if you hold down on your left joystick, the engine sticks in the water more and it goes faster. Also, if you're a CEO, you can spawn buzzards right next to you through the CEO menu, like such, which is super helpful. So I'd recommend buying the buzzard from Warstock. Other things that are helpful would be the Hydra, probably the Sparrow for the submarine.
Hello, Pegasus Lifestyle Management. How can I help you?
The Toreador, although that one's expensive. And of course the Oppressor Mark II, which is controversial and expensive. So also be careful with that, because in order to modify the Oppressor Mark II so that it's useful, you have to have a Terrorbyte, and in order to have a Terrorbyte, you have to have a nightclub. So those are a couple unforeseen expenses to some people, making the Oppressor the last thing I'd probably buy. Alright, so we're approaching the plane. You want to be careful because there's going to be NPCs that shoot at you, and you want to make sure that your missiles do not blow up the plane. So it would not be smart to shoot that guy right there, because you don't want to blow up the plane that you're supposed to be stealing. So go ahead and, that is not what I meant to press. Go ahead and land and take those guys out with a regular gun instead of an explosive. There's one more somewhere. There he is. Alright. Yeah, because you don't want this plane to blow up, or you're going to have to restart the part where you fly all the way out here to get it. The other problem is, I've started this in a closed friend session. I'm not sure if you can do it in an invite only, but I've always done a closed friend session. If you do it in a regular session, there's an opportunity someone will try to blow you up, or you'll meet some modder that messes you up. The typical GTA story. But yeah, so now you just have to fly this plane all the way south of Los Santos International Airport. Should be getting close here. And it'll take us to a cutscene where we'll land on El Rubio's Island. Oh wow. Nighttime here. Guess I should have seen that coming. And here, I'm assuming that everyone's been here before. We will be headed for the communications tower. And that is where we break into the CCTV and look around the compound to see what the primary target's going to be. And a couple of secondary targets. I'm assuming this whole thing is going to go solo, so you don't really care about a lot of other things. So, I'm assuming you've already scoped the drainage tunnel as an entry point, and the main dock as an exfiltration point. Oh dear. Well, that was that moment. Alright, here's our guy who caught us last time. Just gonna hang out over here. Now if I'm on a motorcycle, normally what I would do is just drive right through this gate. But since that Jeep isn't gonna fit, we're gonna have to do it on foot. And we'll take this ATV right here. So anyway, we would just drive this way on that motorcycle. Try to avoid all those sight lines from other people. At the tower, there's going to be a signal box somewhere. It changes around where it's at. It's either there, which it is, there against that thing, or up on the tower 2 levels. And sometimes there's a guy on the other side of this shed. Don't be afraid of him. He never sees you because he's looking the other way. But sometimes he spawns there just to freak you out. Alright. Break out the multiplication skills. Oh, that's not what we needed. That is not what we needed. What have I done? Back up. There we go. Oh no. Abort, abort. That is what we needed after all. Alright. Just straight across. Wow. So the number on the left is the base number, and then the stuff on the right is a multiplier. And you have to see what those things add up to. Multiply up to. Just an algebra problem. Rockstar trying to get the kids to learn as they kill people. Very noble cause. So here, I guess the fastest way is to get yourself spotted by the guards and return to the base or the airstrip, and then you just escape with the plane. But if you climb to the top of this tower, you can actually jump off and parachute, and it's a good way to travel, a good habit across the island, in case you wanted to scope anything else out, including the drainage tunnel or the main docks. If you're going to scope out the drainage tunnel, I would recommend taking a boat from the main dock, which is over there. Right there. There will be a boat here or here. Take the boat out and go around here where the compound is, like such, and the drainage tunnel is right here under this square type thing. Right in here somewhere. And you have to go underwater and swim, and you'll find it. But anyway, you only have to do those things once, and since I've already done them, I won't have to do that. I don't even have to go here. But what I do need to do is check out the cameras. And when I go here, I'm going to press right on the D-pad because it's shorter. And you only need to check 3 things if you're doing it solo. And those are basement, office cam 1, office cam 2. Looks like we're getting the bearer bonds, which are in the safe. I knew that because everything else is in this glass case right here. Oh no, I pressed the wrong thing. You need to go to office cam 1 and 2 to see if there's any secondary targets in there. Here's office cam 1. There could be a painting right there, but it's not there. Office cam 2. Hopefully a painting. Nope. Alright. And then the other thing I would recommend doing, because you never know if you're actually going to finish this whole thing solo, or if your friend will jump on in an hour and you might want to do it with them, just check out basement storage just for kicks to see what's in there. You can't get in here solo because you need 2 key cards and you got to do them at the same time, so you need 2 people. But it's always good to check these just because. And in the spirit of thinking 2 people will be there, the other place you can check is West Storage. There will be 2 cameras for that, and that stuff is pretty easy to get as well. So I will just check those super fast. And then we'll be on our way. Let's see, I said I started this thing at 8:57. It is now 9:19. So again, solo, you can't get in here. Wow, gold, lots of gold and paintings. That was a good find. But solo players won't be able to get in there. That's only for if there are 2 players going or more. But sometimes it's helpful. So now I'm just going to get caught by the guards because I don't feel like sneaking all the way back to the airstrip. They'll send me there soon enough. And we'll get back in the plane and get out of here. So I took a little extra time in there, but about 20 minutes to do the scope out section. Don't even have to get in the plane, it just launches us to a cutscene. So the plan is to go in the drainage tunnel, come out in the compound, work our way to the primary target, and then escape to the main docks. And we're going to do it all stealthy, which is the fastest and the most payout for your efforts. Going back to the sub, starting the first prep mission. First one's always the hardest. I guess you can choose which one is first, but the one I always start with is always the hardest. And that's because it is infiltrating a submarine. But some could say it's the most fun as well. It's usually a tedious drive though. So perhaps we'll get out the Hydra again. I'll start up the approach vehicle, which is the submarine. Fly basically as far north as you can possibly go. There's like 3 places this will spawn. One of them is a little more inconvenient than the others. I'm going to stop here and call my Stromberg in. This can be done with like a buzzard or just a regular helicopter, I suppose. You just stay underwater. If you don't have a scuba suit, I would recommend rebreathers. This is really where the scuba suit pays off, though. So this will be kind of nice. I can just slip under the boats and the helicopter, but I should still take out the boats at least because my car is going to just float to the top of the ocean the moment I get out of it. I'm not entirely sure how getting out of the car underwater works, but I'm not going to complain. There's a boat. Shoot at him. Nailed it. That one. That one. Alright, that'll work. Now we just have the helicopter, but not going to worry about it yet. We'll just go straight for the sub. There are two ways to navigate the sub. It's kind of tempting to go this way, but it's actually longer, so I'm going to go this way. In there are some rebreathers for escaping if you don't have the scuba suit. But here you just have to fight your way through all the guys, and they have some pretty good weapons. In here there's usually armor and health packs and stuff. Who is shooting? Oh well. So yeah, it's always on the bottom floor. That was super lucky. Usually you have to go all the way through. You go this way. But got super lucky with that one. The other thing is, there's a chef in here. He seems pretty harmless. But man, if you run past him, he'll whip out a knife and stab you in the back before you know what happened. So make sure you kill the chef as well. He's aggressive. He's definitely been a problem for me before because I didn't see him and then he comes out of nowhere and stabs you. So we'll just dive so that we don't have any problems with the helicopters. Alright, get ready for some fireworks. Pull out the snacks here. Oh, should have done that underwater. Alright, the approach vehicle prep should be done once I walk in the sub. And we will start up some of the equipment preps. Alright, it is 9:46. We're going to start safe code. So I guess I had some bad luck on the last prep by getting killed, but the sonar jammer was a little bit closer, so I guess the time equals out. There's approximately 20 minutes for that setup as well. So I guess we're 40 minutes deep. Alright, cool beans. We're at the casino. Pavel sent us a text, which I will continue not to open because the game will show us exactly who we want. I never trust that my helicopter will still be out here when it's time to make my escape, though, so I'm going to call in
I'm on the clock. What you want? Some wheels?
getaway vehicle.
I'll bring it by.
And once I see it spawn, I'm going to head into the casino. Once I get in the casino, I'm going to go for the elevator to take us to the parking garage, because in there is a key card, and we need that to get into the penthouse, where we will find the guard, and he has the safe code. Also, if you switch to first-person view, you walk faster through the casino lobby. So another thing to shave a little bit of time. Switch to that first-person view. It's always in this older yellow car. I like how they spawn other yellow cars though. And the name of this one is Lampadati. So if you're thinking it's Lamborghini, look at that yellow Lamborghini over there. They're trying to confuse you, even though they're not legally allowed to say Lamborghini. Lampadati's pretty close. Just fun. See what they did there, try to confuse people. So once we get up to the penthouse area, we have to find where the security guards are, kill them, and then get into that penthouse.
Good. Now we find Mr. Rubio's suite. Look for the big one with armed guards.
Here they are.
As we say in Russia, there are many ways to break the egg. If you take out the security quietly, no one inside will know you are here. Well, this will poop the party, huh, boss? Watch out for welcoming committee.
I don't really care if they see me or not because I've tried to go through this thing stealthy and I just can't figure out how to completely make it through stealthy, so I'm not convinced that being stealthy helps your case. This is my automatic shotgun. I think it's really good for close range combat like this. So I'd recommend using this. Because you can miss them by a little bit and it still hits them, and then it knocks them off so that they don't immediately take you out. It's always good to knock them off balance. What? Oh wow, there he is. Alright, so if you saw the red arrow on this guy, you know that's the head guard. And you can search him for the safe code. Boom. Now you got the cops on you. But it's just a matter of escaping the rest of the guards and escaping the police once you're out of the casino. So there's going to be some guards at the elevator shaft, which is fine. Usually no trouble. And then we'll be out next to the oppressor. Cool, cool.
Ah, the police. How quaint.
So this is another reason I like having a yacht, because you can park this right here and it'll hopefully not fall in the water. There we go. Gotta be careful of it falling in the water, but it is really helpful because sometimes when you park in the front of the submarine, the waves go up and down and the submarine bobs and it goes in the water, but the yacht does not, so just a little bonus. So it is now 9:54. Going to start the next equipment prep, which is the fingerprint cloner. This is the one where it sends you to two different warehouses. One of them will have guards, or I guess gang members, and they supposedly have it, but it's not there, so you have to look at the laptop, do a little hack, and then it'll tell you which other warehouse has it. And that warehouse doesn't have any enemies, so oh, we're going through that. Come on. Ah. That would have been cool. Okay. I think you're supposed to be able to have a partner and take out these cameras together, but I've never figured out a way to take these out without being spotted from the inside. Because if you destroy one, the other one sees it. So it's like you need two people to take it out at the exact same time. But solo players, you're just going to end up alerting the people in there. So make sure you pull out a gun and just hold down both aim and trigger as you go in, because this is the one where there's like 4 people and they're all shooting at you the very second you spawn. So I just go in guns blazing.
That sounds like our opportunity to be sneaky has passed. Take them out. We cannot have witnesses.
Alright.
Find the computer.
So yeah, and if you have auto aim on, you can just spam the little
Security is in serious
aim button, and as you spam that, the
Russian government troll farm.
gun will automatically move between the enemies.
We have the location of the
And in an area like this where it doesn't matter if you're shooting the surroundings, I would definitely recommend doing that. So now we just travel through the air again, which is a common theme with all these preps. This one, I always take out the cameras and there's no enemies inside. The card is usually back here and to the left on this L-shaped desk. There it is. It's either here or here. And if you're unlucky, it's somewhere in these desks. But it's almost, I would say 95% of the time, it's in these L-shaped ones right here. So, just go straight for those. And then we get out of here, and we'll fly back and be done with this prep. Alright. So we deliver this thing, this prep will be done. It is now 10 o'clock on the dot. Kind of losing track of how much time has gone by. I know we started at 8:58 or whatever, 57, but I know we had to take a detour, so I'm not sure how much time that had to cut out. Okay, starting the next one, the cutting torch. This is the one where you go to one of like 3 or 4 construction sites about the city, and they'll have little toolboxes. There's like 5 of them on each construction site, and in one of those toolboxes there's going to be the cutting torch. It looks like a little ray gun that's blue. The security there is going to be armed, but at some of the construction sites it's pretty obvious that there's a yellow hat, and if you get the yellow hat and put it on, they'll think you're one of the construction workers, and you can walk right through all the guards and just pick up the thing and go. So depending on which one you get, I don't think this is the one where I know where it is, so might have to shoot my way through. Might be something to look into, maybe. Where are all the yellow hats? What a Google search that would be. Whatever, I'm just gonna start firing. The police also like to show up at these, so make sure you're ready with a getaway vehicle. Not in there. There it is. So yeah, there's like 4 or 5 of these boxes around here. And you just have to go to the... I pressed... Okay, there we go. You just have to go to the one with the actual cutting torch in it. It's the blue thing.
You have it yet? Bring it back to me and I will store it for final operation.
Still learning this suppressor thing. Changes altitude, kind of funny. Alright, this is the last equipment prep that we need to do. And for the last prep of all, we have to do the weapons prep. And remember, we're going to use the aggressor class. That's the one with the shotgun. The shotgun is just nice for especially the solo play because there's a couple dudes that are standing together that you have to kill at nearly the same time. It's nice to have a shotgun to do that. So I've opted not to take the oppressor on this mission. I think I'm going to call in my armored Kuruma, and I'm going to take this helicopter. For the first half of this, you have to follow a Merryweather helicopter, which is the other gruesomely slow, painful process, where you just have to fly in the air behind it, and it goes really slow. But finally, it'll land at a particular place, and at that place, there will be guards, and there will be an Avenger, which is the helicopter-style plane, and you have to get in the Avenger after killing the guards and steal the weapons. Once you're in there and taking the weapons, it will take off, and you will have to skydive. And skydiving usually puts you in a bad position because there will be people that swarm the ground, and you'll probably want a getaway vehicle, either a helicopter of some sort or the armored Kuruma. So I'll just use the armored Kuruma. Maybe a combo. Maybe I'll do the armored Kuruma and escape with a helicopter after that. Also, last thing, if you're driving a weaponized vehicle, do not shoot this helicopter because you'll have to restart the prep. So let this helicopter fully land on the ground before you ever release a missile. I've made that mistake before, and it's painful. This helicopter can also shoot at you if it notices you, but if you kind of stay behind it and above it, you shouldn't have any problem. There it is. I see the Avenger right there. So, I'm going to land here so I can call in my armored Kuruma. Luckily, the place where I flew the plane, the smuggler plane, to start this scope out mission overall was right here, which is super close. So my Hydra is right there. I'm going to take the armored Kuruma and drive to the Hydra and get out of here at the end of this. So, calling in the armored Kuruma, gonna use it to take out the guards, steal the weapons out of the Avenger, and last but not least, drive the Kuruma to the Hydra and escape. That's the plan. That is absolutely why we drive the armored Kuruma.
Let's take a look.
Alright, there should be 2 or 3 dudes in here.
What's nearby? Get the weapons and make a fast exit.
Looks like there's just 2. Weapons are back here somewhere. There we go. Gotta go get a parachute, even though I already have one. The game thinks you need one to exit the Avenger. There we go. Press exit over here. I was too fast. Apparently it has to gain more altitude. There we go. Just go right back for my Kuruma. Don't want to waste too much time parachuting, so I try to fall as quickly as I can. Because those guys are on us quick. Oh crap. There we go. Perfect. Now we'll just head to the Hydra that's over here. Again, I got super lucky because the Hydra is over here since a long time ago, since when I took the first plane to go scope out Cayo Perico. I flew the Hydra here to get in the plane, and it's just still here. Oh yeah, that was clutch. Way to go, Hydra. Alright, this is the last prep before the finale. So we'll just hop right in the sub, deliver them weapons. Nailed it. There we go. So go over and press start. It'll load it up like a mission or heist, because it is a heist. Again, I don't care about the armor because we're going to stay stealthy. If we do manage to get caught, I'm just going to have them kill me so that I restart and don't lose any of the money from the secondary targets getting shot at in your bag. Because if you get shot, it drops some money and it makes it extremely hard. So we'll just not get caught. Go ahead and confirm. Don't invite anybody else because solo is how we're doing this. But again, you could do multiple people, but solo is the moneymaker. So we're going to approach with the submarine. Going to go into the drainage tunnel. We are going to exit. Oh, just kidding. Still enter the drainage tunnel. Now we're going to exit at the main dock. And time of day, I usually do day. It doesn't seem to matter. Weapon loadout, aggressor with the suppressors. Hey, that kind of rhymes. We will continue, and we're ready. It is 10:20 for our timing's sake. This is the fun part. Swimming through the mines. So there are 2 ways to go through the compound, and I'll show them both. I've decided. So this, you're just going to cut each of these little bars. If you go too fast like that, you have to go back and get it, so just kind of take your time. I know it's tedious, but it's the way to go. Went too fast. Boom. So a tip for going through the compound: just don't shoot if you don't think you have a 100% chance of killing whoever you're going to shoot at, because you don't want to risk them alerting everyone else. So just take your time, make your shots well. If it's a long shot, pull out the pistol because it's more accurate at distance. You should be good to go. Just avoid the cones, stay quiet. Rolling stays quiet, running with your gun out does not. So just use your best judgment as to when to run and when to not. So I'm going to do the first way through. The first way going through, you have to go kind of fast by taking out those two and going right after this guy goes. And you can go right behind him before the Juggernaut gets here. If you're doing it solo, this is definitely a high-speed way to go. If you're not doing it solo, it's really hard to get your teammates to be on the same page here. But so here we go. That was the solo speedy way. Otherwise, you just use patience and go the other way that I'm about to show you. But as far as getting through this quickly, this is the way to do it. Also, this guy doesn't look to the right, so if you just stand here, he won't see you. I know some people rush to shoot that guy the moment he comes around the corner, but you don't have to rush. He doesn't see you. So, I think what we're going to do here is reset so that I can show you the other way. The other way is for just being a little more careful, a little more stealthy, and if you have a group of more than one person, it's definitely the way you should be going. Just hit R2 to restart at that screen. I guess I'm going to lose the Elite Challenge, but that wasn't my purpose for this, so. So here we are, stealthy. You can kind of run towards these stairs, but just watch your radar for how much noise you're making. So the key card I picked up right on that first guy is not going to be helpful to me because I'm only one person and you have to have two people to use the key cards. So here, normally I would just run through there right now, but since I'm showing you the patience way and taking multiple people's way, we're going to wait here after killing this guy right here, so that, and sometimes he's over there, but just wait here, use a ton of patience, don't pop out, don't do anything noisy, just wait, the Juggernaut's going to go past, and just carefully hang out here, don't alert anyone. It's definitely the way to go. So we'll let the Juggernaut walk through. You definitely don't want to try to shoot that guy, because he'll alert everything, and he has a minigun, so he'll definitely tear you up in an instant. So this guy, though, the second guy that walks by, he's going to turn this way, and the moment he turns to the left, I like to walk out and shoot him right there. And then be very careful of this camera, It's right on the other side of this. There. And you can just slowly follow the Juggernaut. And patience is key here. Don't run, don't make noise. He'll know you're here. And again, with the patience, just hang out against this wall. The Juggernaut's going to go up those stairs. He's going to go to the left. He's going to go back even further, and it's going to look like it's clear to go. But don't do it. You want to wait, because that other dude that isn't the Juggernaut, kind of on the left, not the one right there at the top of the stairs, but that other dude's going to walk back, and he's going to look this way, and it's going to compromise your team. So the patience is key. And once he looks to the left, his left, it's going to be right on the minimap right now. Now he's going to look to the left, and that'll mess you up if you're a team. So now that you've waited for him to go by, the Juggernaut's going to come back. So you're still going to exercise that patience. Juggernaut's going to come along, he's going to come down the stairs. That other guy that we were watching on the left, he's going to come back as well. And then the next time they leave, both the Juggernaut and that guy are going to leave at the same time. And that's your moment. So, don't freak out that the Juggernaut's cone is this way. Just stay behind this wall, he won't see you. And once that other dude turns around, that's the green light. So he's here, he's turned, and now he's turned again. So now we go. It's important to stay quiet. Now be careful, because this guy's going to come out. Bang, got him. And you're golden. Don't take too much time, but you definitely have a big window to make it through that section. And then it's just the same path that we saw with the solo path. Kill that dude, come up here. This guy's going to come down. He's going to look straight forward. Wait for him to stop, because you don't want to alert anybody by missing a shot. There we go. He dropped us some keys. Now these keys are important. The key cards aren't important for the solo trip. But the keys will allow us to open the gate. Alright, we've made it inside the compound. First thing you probably want to do is open this safe. And that's a quick 50 to 100,000. Nice, we got 95. It's pretty high. I got the key card for no reason. But so when you look in Office Cam 1 and Office Cam 2, there's a possibility of getting a painting right there and right there. So that is what those are for. And the possibility of loot, I think. I haven't seen any there. So then we move on to hacking the keypad. I'm going to use the method that the other Austin told me about, which is move to the top on this scanner at each one of these, like that, and then just go down and press once, twice, 3 times. And you just do that with all of them. So I see that, this bottom one, this one, and this one are all good. But the rest of these I'm going to move to the top. And then I'm just going to leave this one at the top and go 1, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4. And the bottoms of these fingerprints are usually pretty good, because Rockstar doesn't want you to spend too terribly long here. But it's a really good strategy. Oops, missed that one. There we go. Just talking and counting at the same time. About messed myself up. So once you're in here, if you've done it stealthy, there's not going to be any dudes down here for you to worry about. So just go straight for this. right here.
Here we are. Again.
Burn your way through the lock. Typically, you will have to do the glass thing because whatever it is will be in this case. But right now you're going to do the safe code, which is 711279. That's obviously different every time, but for me it's 711279. Like such. Get the primary target. Quick 1.1 million. And then if you're doing it doubles or more, you can both do the key cards here, and that's a free secondary target in there that you can see as the gold. And there's also a painting mount right there, and there's another secondary target over here. But since I'm solo, I can't do that because I don't have two people to do the key cards. So we're just going to escape the compound now, because there's really nothing else a solo player can do here. You have to have key cards everywhere else. So just being careful to not make too much noise, but just being efficient on getting out of here. The best way is to go the way you came until you get here, and then just go towards that yellow escape point. Make sure to kill that guy. There will be a guy that walks across here, so it's your choice. You can either run for that, or you can just wait and kill him. I think he's close enough, I'm just going to wait and kill him, because I don't want to risk any potential issues here. Just make sure you don't get spotted. Boom. And now you can get out. So we'll choose this as our escape point from the compound. Watch the funny little cutscene. You'd think the character would learn. Alright, and here's the method to escape right here. You want to go as fairly quickly, kill that guy, pull out your pistol so that you can take a long shot at this guy. You can sprint towards him, but slow down when you get to those guys. So slow down about here. Pull out the shotgun. Kill them both. Like such. And you want to be careful because El Rubio's helicopter will be on the way. Right there. So here comes the helicopter. We're going to hop on the bike. We're going to get out of here. We're going to go to the right just after this tree. Just like that. And just kind of slowly go along up here and aim towards the yellow dot. Go very slow because the cones of vision will see you otherwise. Nice. So now we can stop here. The helicopter will be here quickly, so we got to make sure that we get over here. There will be this dude who has a chance of seeing us. So we're going to kill him. And then there's going to be two. There's going to be a guy and a camera over here. We're going to kill him and the camera. And we're going to hide in this shed before the helicopter gets here. Looks like the helicopter went the wrong way. That's kind of lucky. So remember when we were scoping out the place? You actually don't have to scope these places for the loot to still be here. It will be here no matter what in the finale. So now that we're here, I'm just going to pop right in. You take these as the secondary target. If both of them spawn, you can fill up your loot bag just by hitting this shed. if only one of them spawns, like they did in this case, then I will head for the other shed, which is just right across the hall over there. Just need to be careful of possible vehicles coming down this road. But we will take out this guy. I think the others are stationary. Go right through here. Alright, I think this one's worth more, I'm not sure, but it doesn't really matter. Map to make sure that I'm not warning anyone that's around of my presence. And going into here, where there are 2 more loot spawns. So between the 2 that are in that shed and the 2 that are in this shed, as a solo player, you shouldn't have to go anywhere else. You should have at least 1 in each, and you can load up on secondary targets. And once you've filled your loot bag, you can't grab anything else, so it's not worth the hassle of trying to, kill more enemies just to go somewhere else and then not be able to pick something up. So we're going to take out this guy. Turns out the mistake I made here was I killed the close guy first, and then I couldn't shoot through him to get the further away guy. So I'm going to be extra careful to hit the guy that's farther away and kind of facing me first, and then take out the dude that's facing him. Man. There we go. And so that guy on the right shouldn't see us. We should be plenty fine just getting in this boat and carefully creeping towards the exit. And last but not least, we want to just start coasting our boat this way, get out. Not fully out, but just let it coast. Oh no, the tide is not helping us here. Okay, so the plan is get out of the boat and aim your gun at the last guard. And get him before he can alert everyone. Alright. Nobody knows that we're getting out of here. Oh, there's a boat. There's a boat. Okay, now we're out of here. And that is the stealthy finale of the Cayo Perico Heist. It is 10:47. We'll see what time it is when we get the payout fully processed, because I know there's a couple more cutscenes coming. But 1.6 million is not too bad. It's going to take away probably 250,000 due to fees for setting up, with Pavel and other things. So that's probably a take of about 1.4, 1.3 something. That's the 5 million thing. I don't know how you're supposed to get 5 million, but whatever. There's the breakdown. Took 1.44. Not too shabby.